in a bowl and eat. It is also not hygienic. It is not advisable. So they say that always wash your hands under running water. Let somebody pour the water onto your hands. Don't fetch water in a bowl and then put soap in it and wash your hand and start eating. It's like not washing your hands at all. Okay? So before you wash your hands, at least have a friend, have a cup of water or a bowl of water, get your soap. The first thing you need to do is wet your hands first. So let your friend pour a little bit of the water on your hands. So you wet your hands. First thing is what? Wet your hands. Then you take the soap, okay? Then you just rub the soap in your palm until it starts getting foamy, right? So this is how you go about it. The first thing you should do is now wash your palms by rubbing your palms close to each other. So you wash your palms for like 20 seconds. Yes, it takes long, but it's the best, right? You wash your palms for 20 seconds. Then you come to the back of your hands. Yes. We forget that when we are eating soup, okay, and you are taking a soup, you do like this, and then you just lick the back of your hands. But when you are washing your hands, you don't wash it. Do you know what you are licking from the back of your hands? A lot of germs. So after you rub it from your palms, you just come to the back of your hands, in between, put your fingers in between the spaces. Very, very important. These spaces too usually contain a lot of germs, right? Do you all see what I'm doing? Yeah, so you go to the back of your palms and in between your fingers. You do this for another 20 seconds. Then you come here. You turn to the next part. You do it too for another 20 seconds, right? Then our fingernails. So for those of you, it is very important who like keeping long fingernails. Please always make sure you cut your fingernails short because death usually hides in the fingernails when they are long. And when we wash our hands, before today, some of us may not know that it is important to even wash your fingernails before you eat. So you will be eating with the dirt in your fingernails, and you know what you'll be eating? A lot of disease-causing germs. So from your palm, you go to the back of your hand, then the back of your hand. Now gently scrub your fingernails in your palm, like this. Okay? So if your fingernails are long, it means it will be very difficult for you to do this, isn't it? That is why it is important to cut your fingernails short. Okay? So you scrub your fingernails in between your palms in a circular manner, just like I'm doing. Right? Then you turn to the other side. You do it as well for another 20 seconds. Now, there is one place that we often forget, this part of our hands. That place we don't wash. That place will contain a lot of germs. So just put that part into your hands like this and just rub it. Clean it well. Okay? So you do that for this one as well. And then finally, there is another part we neglect, which is also very important, our wrists. Before you eat, wash your wrists, because soup could drip here and you want to catch the soup. You will lick there unconsciously, because that is how sometimes we behave. Okay? So from your thumb, here and there, wrap the soap on your wrists like that. You come here as well. Now you can rinse your hands, let your friend pour the water on your hands, and then go and eat. So basically, this should take like between 1 minute to 2 minutes. You should be able to now clean your... How many seconds do we wash our hands before we go and eat? It doesn't even last for 10 seconds. We just pour water on it, then we just sit down and we start eating, right? So let us... If you are even sitting in front of the television, right, and you want to change channel, and you don't use the remote, and you rather walk from your seat to the TV to change the channel and walk back to sit down, you have exercised your body. You have. So for the older people who may also be having health issues, by simply doing this, it is a form of what? Exercise. Walking on your compound or around your house is also a form of what? Exercise. So when I say exercise, I don't mean the vigorous exercises that we know, the joggings. So don't think that the young ones will be running or will be jogging, so you can also do the same. You should look at your own age and your own health condition and your own strength. The most important thing is, don't sit at one place for a long time. One thing that you can also do as exercise is this. Ghanaians, we have this attitude, and it is very annoying. Usually when I'm in Trotro and somebody will alight at a particular junction, just after that junction, it's just a walking distance. Another person will be in a car, but they will stay in the car and would want the car to also drop them at their junction. If the person, once the car stopped here, the person could have gotten off the car, walk to your junction. It is what? Exercise. But we don't do it. We would rather want the car to also drop us off at our junction. So we can implement this as well. So once the car has stopped at the junction before yours, you know that you'll be dropping off very soon. Just get off, walk home. It is exercise for your body. It will help blood to circulate well within your body and help you keep healthy. And then food. Food is very, very important. The food we eat will also help us prevent a lot of diseases, okay? So when we are eating, we should make sure we eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. I say this and it is funny. We say it is economics, but it is also not helping us. Ghanaians, and our mothers will testify, males, if it is a rice and stew, they will give us plenty rice and they will give us 1 spoon of stew on top. It is not healthy eating. Why? Because the nutrients the body needs is in the stew. So it is the stew that has to be plenty than even the rice. But because we always want to be satisfied and have bloated belly, then we are comfortable. Then we say, I'm satisfied. So we eat a lot of the carbohydrates or the rice and then small of the stew, which is rather containing the nutrients that the body needs. So we always prioritize satiety to be satisfied over good, nutritious diet. So please, going forward, let us give more stews to our children and even for ourselves to keep it. If it is a soup meal too, the soup has to be what? Plenty, because the nutrients are in the soup, right? Let us also add fruits to our diet. Fruits to our diet. At least eat once your favorite type of fruit. Every day, eat once. So if it is oranges you like, from morning to evening, at least eat an orange. If it is bananas that you like, from morning to evening, eat some bananas. If you like apple, from morning to evening, eat at least 1 apple. No matter whatever your preference when it comes to fruits are, decide to add some fruits to your diet. Ghanaians, we don't know that. We want the fufu, we want the banku, we want the akplen, we want all the heavy dose. Then after we eat, we go and sleep. Okay? It is not healthy. Let us start adding fruits. So as youth, let us start learning to add fruits to our diet so that when we grow up, it will become part and parcel of us, and we'll be able to even also pass it on to our children and grandchildren in the future. Is that okay? All right. So without further much talking, I'd like to end my education here, and I want to open the floor for questions and answers. If anybody has a question, you can bring it out. If anybody has a contribution, maybe I said something you didn't really understand, but you want to add something to it, that one too is welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you so much. Please, we can do better. Let's clap for him. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, I'm enjoying already. I can see I've learned a lot. Most of the things that he has talked about, in fact, there are things that I have even forgotten. And I can wash my hand for 2 minutes before eating. It's important. But I do it like 5 seconds. So today I know it's 2 minutes. May God help all of us. Okay, so at this point, if you have a question, you just indicate by raising your hand. Wherever you are, the mic can reach you. And some of you, if you are shy to talk, the ushers can help you with paper. You write it, and then send it forward. We'll read it, and then he will answer, or the panel will answer to that. So let's start with those who want to speak. And then the second one will be those who are written, and then we will read for the answer to be given. So first, let's have those who have their hands to. Okay, 1, 2. I'm counting because I don't want the expression by after somebody has asked, you want to stand on that to answer a question, so that you can be on your own. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 10 questions. All right. So I'll start. Let's take it from the front. All right. So Brakoku will start.
Okay, thank you very much. That's very insightful. My question is for those of us who may or may not know if we have an eating disorder. Okay, so my job is such that my breakfast is not determined. My lunch is also not determined. And my supper too is not also determined. So I can be for maybe almost half of the day before I'm now eating. After eating, I may or may not eat again before the next day. So that kind of, how do I manage per the nature of my work? How do I manage some of these situations? The one who helps me a lot to manage this is my wife, because she will now be calling at the morning and ask, in the afternoon and ask, in the evening and ask. So she will now be doing the check. But how do I manage it so that it will not become a problem?
Okay. That's a very interesting question. And it's also a very tricky question as well. But number one, I tell people this. I think you are not the only person who has this issue. Usually, because of busy schedule and other reasons, some people tend to have similar health issue as you are. But I was recently telling a client of mine that we don't eat because we are hungry. We don't eat because we are hungry. We eat because we need the nutrients to actually build ourselves, right? For some people, it has become what you train your body, how you train your body, the body adapts and adjusts to it. So for me, I can't go from morning to 12 without experiencing intense hunger. So whenever I'm fasting, the first few days in the fast, it's very difficult for me because I have trained my body in such a way that I eat earlier. So first few days in fast, I suffer until after a week. Then the body starts now adjusting. It knows that from morning to 12, food does not come into it. So it won't worry me. It will stay calm. But up to the point I start eating, whenever I get to that time, it starts calling for food. So probably you have trained your body in that way. Now it has become used to that. And as it is, it's not even a problem for you now. but you may also be depriving your body of some important nutrients that will also help build your immune system. Okay, so my advice to you is understand, we don't eat because we are hungry. We eat because it is important for our body. Number 2, eating too does not mean the big bowl of fufu, the big bowl of bankun that we eat. What you also eat is very, very important. Remember in the Bible, when the Israelite boys were kept in a place and they were only giving them vegetables, and even at the end of the period, they came out looking healthy and stronger than the people who were even served polished dish. So it goes as it tells us that what we also eat is very, very important. So you may not be eating as you would wish, as everybody eats. But when you sit down to eat, make sure you eat a well-nutritious food. So I know somebody with your issue. They take biscuits and drink, and it's okay for them. They go about the whole day without anything. You can eat once a day, but that one time that you are eating, make sure you eat well. Make sure you eat well, and then your body will be fed with all the nutrients that it has. But you can also, it is a training you give to yourself, not eating for long periods. It started from somewhere, so you can unlearn it. This one is more of your responsibility, and I am glad you said that your wife is also helping you. So even when sometimes your wife forgets and she doesn't call to find out, please make time and eat. Give your body the energy, the nutrients it deserves, because it's true. Sometimes we get so occupied with our work that we neglect ourselves, and at the end of the day we fall sick. Should God forbid, if you should fall sick right now and not go to work for a few days, you lose. Yeah, so it is important that you take care of yourself first. Eating healthy, eating on time is also very, very important, so that you can always be healthy to keep on doing the work that you love so much. So don't love your work more than yourself, because if you are not there, your clients will also suffer because of the passion that you use to do your work. Whenever you are at work, you also help them solve one or two issues that they may also have. So your health is not only important to you, but to the people that you are serving. And simply by eating, if you are taking care of your health, I think it is something that you should rather take it serious and start, unlearning that habit of not eating for long periods within the day. It is unhealthy. And I wouldn't classify it as a eating habit. I would say it's an eating disorder. I would say it's a habit that you've learned over the years, and you can unlearn it. Start eating. You start eating. Don't eat because you are hungry. Eat because it is 12 p.m. and since morning you woke up, you've not eaten. Make some few minutes. Eat something. So you realize that now when it gets to 12 and you've not eaten, your body will start calling for food, because you are training it to respond to food around this time. How we train our body adjusts. So it is part of training your body to actually be calling or reminding you to eat. Are we okay? So if you want to add something to it too.
Our brother just said it's very important, and we don't know how it started. And so our advice that there's a saying, when you don't eat food like medicine, you eat medicine like food. Yes, so let us take this very important. It is very, very serious. When you don't eat well-balanced diet, just as our nurse said, then you are going to eat medicine. Sometimes when you go to some people's house, it's not that there's no food. They've trained themselves, and then their body has adjusted to what they have trained it to be. And so at the end of the day, you see medicine on the table. Just as a child that is born, sometimes our kids, you have a whole lot of varieties of medicines. It's not because the child is that kind of sick, but yes, the child is sick, but it's because of how we are training the child system. So my brother, it's very important we take food like medicine. If not, you'll do the other way. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
Okay. My question is on fasting. I know it has the spiritual aspect and the physical aspect or the health aspect. Many, should I say, nurses or doctors or health practitioners say that fasting has a health benefit. And I know that fasting too can cause health problems. Most people have ulcers because of fasting. So how do you go about this fasting so that we will get the health benefit without causing harm to our body, this ulcers and all that? And how do we break fast? That's my question. Is that okay?
So that's also another interesting question. Fasting and health. Okay. So the reason why we call the meal that we eat in the morning breakfast is this. You know, when you sleep in the evening, let's say for the average person who sleeps by 10 p.m. and wakes up at 6 a.m. So between 10 to 6, that's like what? 8 hours. Whilst you were sleeping, you were fasting. You have fasted overnight. So that is also a form of what? Fasting. And that is the healthy fasting. So whilst you were sleeping and you were not eating and you were fasting, there were a lot of metabolic processes, to talk in medical terms. A lot of metabolic processes that was going on that was healthy to you. Okay? That is why when you wake up in the morning, they say eat. That is, you are breaking your overnight fast. So that is fasting. However, to talk about the fasting that we do at church, okay, that one becomes a more of a spiritual consecration. We are separating ourselves from food in order to build up our spirituality. That one is also good. And I'm sure with that one there are some regulations. I'm sure they might... as the Asofo will be much more better equipped to teach that more than I may.
I don't want you to even go to the spiritual aspect. My focus is on the health aspect. Because people say that, it detoxifies the body, it clears the body from, So let's leave the spiritual aspect. Let's focus on the physical. And how should we break fast?
Yes, so, all right. So fasting has a lot of benefit. Like I said, a lot of metabolic processes goes on in our body when we stop eating or when we fast, okay? Also, it gives the body the opportunity to use stored nutrients, okay? Especially glucose or sugar. You know, when we eat, most of the carbohydrate foods gets turned into glucose and they are stored in the body. So they will be in storage for a long time. So you have to give the body space to reuse that stored nutrient before you replace it, okay? So it has to be an in and out process. So if you eat all the time without breaking, that is where people tend to become obese. They become overweight, okay? So it means there's excess stored up glucose in their body. Even the fats that we eat, over time, they are all turned into glucose and they are stored in the body. I mean, the carbohydrate foods, they are over time, they are all turned into fats and they are stored in the body, and it makes us what? Bloated and overweight. So if you allow ourselves to fast for a period, it helps our body reuse this stored up glucose and fat, which may not be healthy in the long term for us, so that it will also help us stay healthy all the time. So fasting also builds up our cells. Fasting also builds up our cells. It activates most of the cells of our body to work. I don't want to go into a bit more technicalities, but overall, fasting has health benefits. To break fast, it is very simple. You have deprived yourself of food for a certain period. okay? And I'm sure around the time you are breaking your fast, you start feeling hungry. Now, our body needs sugar. Sugar is the fuel that drives our body. Everything that I'm doing is because I have energy. The energy is from sugar. That is in the foods that we eat. So if you've deprived yourself for a long time, once you are feeling very hungry, it is advisable to eat something that contains sugar. So you can eat bananas. It contains healthy sugar. You can use banana to break your fast. You can eat non-acidic fruits that don't contain acid. Don't take pineapple and oranges. They are very, very acidic when you are breaking your fast. So I would recommend bananas. They are a healthy fruit. They contain sugar you can use to pawpaw. Pawpaw is also likewise the apples, but don't eat acidic fruits, right? And then you can also take in beverages, okay? So tea, your favorite beverage, you can use it to wash down your stomach. Before now, the real bowls of fufu and banku and the other meals come in. What it does is that immediately the sugar goes in and then it resets your body, because the fufu takes time for it to digest before the sugar will go into your body. So when you eat those ones, it recharges you earlier. Mm-hmm.
All right, so Brother Pinto.
Okay, my question is, you demonstrate how to wash our hand, and you say we should wash hand under running water. Okay, assuming I'm in the house alone, how can I do that? Because you say we should call someone to pour water into our hands. Assuming I'm in the house alone and I'm going to eat, I'm very hungry. Please, how can I do it?
Okay. Yes. Remember when COVID came, Veronica buckets became very, very common. Yes. So when we go to places, they have the buckets with the tap. Yeah. So I think it's very important that every household gets one for situations like that. So even without anybody pouring water on your hands, you can use a Veronica bucket. It's very cheap on the market. You can get some and designate it for hand washing. You know, it's a common practice that if we start introducing it to our homes, it will actually help us. So whether there's people at home or not, you can safely or properly wash your hands and go. And so I would recommend that you get a small one. You can keep it for a long time and then use it to wash your hands when there is nobody at home, right?
There is a traditional way. If you go to the ghetto, you get your sachet water, bite it small, turn it, put the other end in your mouth, and then bend down. The water will be dropping and be washing your hands. So without Veronica bucket, you can still get a running water to wash your hands. Is that okay? Uh-huh.
Traditional, yeah. All right. So a hand was, yes.
Thank you very much. My question. Concerning myself, my stature, my weight. Use the weight, which I don't get it.
Hello?
Many a times before I will eat, I'll deprive myself of eating. And if I eat, I'll eat. When I'm hungry, I eat early. And that may be what I will eat till maybe in the evening I find something small so that I will not hungry. But still, I don't get it. So that's what I want.
You said you've tried many ways, but you still can't reduce weight. Before then, you can come and see us, and it will give you a special education, though. Yes, but because of that, don't say you are depriving yourself from food. Ulcer is very dangerous. You are saying you want to reduce weight, so you want to deprive yourself. Then that means you are going to hurt yourself. Yes, sometimes we could say it's the food that will give you energy, and then increase your weight. And so, why don't you take more of the leafy foods? Why don't you take, let me say in the morning, you just prepare a little tea and then something small, and then get enough salad. And the salad too, take it raw. After washing it with your salt and water solution, you can just chop your cabbage, carrots, lettuce. Yes, don't add the cream, mayonnaise. I believe we have, how will I even call them? My sisters here. A true man will say no more there. And so you'll be adding this mayonnaise and co. That one rather wasn't the case. Just eat it raw. Even with the bread, you don't even add bread. So take in a little of the tea, eat more leafy foods. And then your afternoon to your evening, you can prepare a bit of rice and then take in more contombre stew or cabbage stew. With that, it will peg you. So after eating, not like pegging, but you have free bowel, okay? And then with that, at least you'll be losing your weight bit by bit. And then sometimes we do encourage a little of mixing lemon with water. Sometimes it doesn't help some people, but you can also give it a try. How you take that probably early morning. That is if you don't have ulcer. Yes. So just do that and then we see. But then when we close, we'll be outside. We'll receive special questions. Some people may not be able to, bring out their personal questions. So please come and see us outside and then we'll help you with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next question. Yes.
Okay. My first question is it advisable to drink water whilst eating in the process? Is it advisable? That's my first question. When you are eating, you drink water in the process. Or right after eating, you take water. Is it advisable? And my second question is, does regular exercise has to do with the brain and the heart? Regular exercise. Yeah, what's the relationship? Does it have to do with the brain and then your heart? And then the third question is, I please want you to educate us on ingredients we use in cooking. The kind of ingredients we use, especially the spices. Now, when you go to market, a lot of spices are all over that. You don't know their source. You only see the designs on vegetables on it, but it's giving us sickness. So if you can give us some education that can help us reduce those kind of spices we used to consume. Thank you.
Okay. So to answer your first question, all right. So this is why we advise against drinking and eating. It is very simple. Now, in our stomach, we all know we have what we call hydrochloric acid. There is acid in our stomach. Now, this acid is very, very important in digestion. So for us to properly digest our food, the acid has to be very strong in our stomach. Now, when you eat and you drink water, what it does is it dilutes the acid in your stomach. So it slows down digestion. It slows down digestion. That is why we advise against eating and drinking. However, you can't tell me because of that when you are eating and the food chokes you, you won't drink water. So when you are eating and the food chokes you, you have to drink water to push it. But the best is to wait after a few minutes when you eat before you start drinking water. Your body will even start calling for water after a few minutes after you've eaten. So the trick here is, let us take our time to eat. Some of us, when we get food, the way we are excited, and because of the way we are feeling, we are extremely hungry. We just start punishing the food like they've done something to us. So if you take your time and you eat slowly and calmly, you won't have to drink water because the food won't even choke you. Everything will go down smoothly and calmly. And then you wait for a few minutes before you start drinking water, and the food will digest properly, okay? So we advise not to drink water and eat because of easy digestion, so that your food will digest faster and properly, because water will reduce the strength of the acid in your stomach, okay? So exercise and the heart and the brain. Yes, like I said, exercise, what it does for us is that it improves circulation. So it helps blood flow through our body, every part of our body well, including our what? Brain. So if you do regular exercise, you have improved brain health, because circulation would be improved within your brain, and your brain will get all the nutrients and the energy it needs to function properly. So that is the connection with exercise. And then also, like I said in my earlier talk, exercise also helps our hearts. So regular exercise strengthens our heart muscles. It gives our heart muscles strength. So over time, our heart health will be very, very improved compared to somebody who does not do exercise. And that is good for us. Also, psychologically, when you exercise is a good way to improve our mood and emotion. If you do exercise, you get, it relieves you of a lot of stress and anxiety, and it helps you psychologically, which is also healthy for our brain. So that is the connection between exercise, our heart, and our brain. And to talk about the spices, I'll give it to our sister because she's the woman to talk about the spices.
Thank you. Okay, so you want to see, I don't remember the last time I've used spices. I won't mention names. Yes, so that someone will go and pinpoint me that I said this is not good. No. So what I do is, I love these natural spices, and it's onion, our ginger, our garlic, our gloves, that is the chili, pepper, salsa, formusa, those kind of spices, they are very helpful. And even sometimes when you are sick and you go to the herbalist, they recommend those spices for you to take, especially those with typhoid, ulcer. So I will encourage us. It's been a long time. I can't even remember the last time I used outside spices. When I talk of outside spices, I believe you know what I'm talking about. Yes. So those spices, some of them, when you mix it with water and you pour on leaves, it will burn it. If you want to know, you come and see me. I'll talk to you alone. After talking, we'll keep it there. Yes. That means when we are taking those spices into our system, it is hurting our organs. And it is even damaging, in fact, reducing the strength of our cells. God in his own wisdom has made our cells very active, and they have to repair by itself. But these spices and coal we take is always damaging our organs. You see, it's not helping the cells. That is why our organs are being damaged. So please, these natural spices I'm talking about, just as I just said, the onion, ginger, and coal, let us use that for our foods, and it will be very helpful. It's going to help you and I. My brother, has a question been answered? Are you okay? Thank you.
All right. So, I think some of the questions that we have on paper here, it has been addressed already. So I would like to read them. I'll read the ones you have addressed, just for them to confirm that you have answered it. I want us to have a clean sheet. So, after I'll come back. We ended at the brother's side, I think. So the one there, Ramahama, so I'll come to you. And then the one behind you. So, this read, please, you were talking about our moms giving us more stews on our rice. But most of the ingredients used for the stew are scientifically not good, especially the onga. Yes, so they said it can cause, they are saying that what? It can cause men to be infertile, etc. But the manufacturers usually hide it from consumers. So consumers are advised not to use enough of it for health's sake. You have answered the question. So we are advised not to take enough of it for health's sake. Thank you so much. Now, next question. Is it true that when you eat plain rice without stew, you will get the disease called beriberi? So we want an answer, maybe yes or no, then we know. Yes or no.
So we have already said that the nutrients that your body needs is in the stew, not the rice. So by eating plain rice, even beriberi aside, it is not healthy, right? It is angwamo, raw angwamo. It's not healthy. You need to add some stew or soup, because that is where the nutrients that your body needs are found. You can't have the nutrients in the rice. So simply eating plain rice is not healthy. Even if it won't give you beriberi, it is not a healthy practice. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Quick one. Now, drinking of juice and drinks is also part of good health. Drinking of juice and drinks is also part of good health. Please, can you give example of such juice or drink and reason? So, if I understand, I know you get a question, right? So it means that give example of drinks and juice that they should take, and that is healthy. Healthy for them.
So natural fruit juice. So you can buy your fruits, and then we have a machine that can help you even extract the juice from the fruit. So you can combine any of your favorite fruits, extract the juice, and then you drink it. So that is the best fruit juice that I recommend. Mm-hmm.
So like the example of the fruit juice, cocoa pine is there. You can mix your coconut with pineapple. And then we have pineapple with probably orange. But it doesn't go, it's not good for those with ulcer. Yes. And then we have, I think, pawpaw with probably banana. You can still take it. Just blend the fruits. So when you blend it, you just have the juice from it, and then you take. It's far better, and it will help you. Thank you.
Thank you. So this one says, in your talking, you said we should use soap to wash our hands. So does it mean we can use any soap to wash our hands? Because some soap contains strong chemicals and perfumes and so on. So can we use these soaps and after that eat our food? So the person wants to know whether there are some chemicals that can cause harm to their health.
For the soap, we can't give out the names of the soap. What is needed is just rinse your hands very well after using the soap. Yeah, so I think when you thoroughly rinse your hand, the perfume from the soap and then the soapy, it will all wash away. So just rinse your hand thoroughly. Yes, that is it.
Okay, thank you. This is interesting. I have done so much exercise to reduce my stomach, but still I have not seen any change. So please, so they say, so please, what can I do to reduce it? And the person had a little. Okay, so
We'll be seated out there. So you come, just as mommy asked. So when you have special questions, you come. Some are confidential, so.
Okay, so this is a particular situation, so they are advising you meet them outside, so they will deal with you one-on-one. Okay, so let's read. How long does it take for germs to... I'm coming. How long does it take for germs in your hands to get into your immune system? That's question 1. 2, if there's no cut on my body, can germs still get into my immune system? Question 3, how sure are we that the substance into bracket composition of hand sanitizer don't actually get into our immune system, and if they are not harmful? Question 4, what causes ulcer?
Okay, so I think I have to look at the questions. Yeah. So how long does it take for germs in your hands to get into your immune system? Okay. Please, your immune system is a heavily protected system of your body. Germs don't easily get into it. When you take in germs, maybe through poor hand washing, not properly washing your fruits and vegetables before taking them, not cooking foods well, and germs enter your stomach or germs go into your body, the germs do not go into your immune system. The germs do not have anything to do with your immune system. So the germs would actually go into different parts of your body to cause diseases, right? And it has no relationship with your immune system. If there is no cuts on my body, can germs still get into my immune system? Again, germs don't go into your immune system, okay? So yes, even if you don't have cuts and you don't wash fruits and vegetables well and you eat them and there are contaminations or germs on it and you eat it, the germs have entered your body, but it is not going to enter your immune system. How sure are we that the substance of the hand sanitizer don't actually get into our immune system, and if they aren't, if they are not harmful? Again, immune system, the hand sanitizer is made up of alcohol. So if you can recall, once you use sanitizer and air blows on your hands, it dries up. So the alcohol doesn't even go into your body when you eat with your hands after you've sanitized your hand. But what it rather does is, if there is any germs on your hands, it kills it. It rather kills the germs, so it won't go into your body to cause any harm to your body. As for what causes ulcer, there are a lot of risk factors that can lead to ulcer, but mainly it is caused by a microorganism called H. pylori. So maybe another time we will come and talk about stomach ulcer into detail. It is a very broad topic. Yeah, we'll come and talk about that into detail. So I think we've answered your question.
All right, thank you. So next is, sir, please, you've spoken about food although, but I want you to highlight on some good food combinations that can help in the healthy growth and development of the body. Is it true that eating banana with egg, is it poison to the body?
Food combination. Okay. Is it a breakfast food? So, okay, let me go. Granuts or milk. Yes, just to balance it. Then maybe add some bread with a little margarine spread, maybe chocolate spread. When you take it, that's also fine. And maybe, again, you have your tea prepared, and then you still have your bread with it. Add a little salad. You take it, you are, balancing your system. In the afternoon, let me say you have your lunch. You take your rice, just as our brother said. You don't have to take in more carbohydrates than the protein. Okay, so at school we know sometimes when you go, you won't get enough protein that you want, you personally. So when you go to the house, you tell mommy and daddy, please, when giving me my food, just give me a bowl of banku and then give me enough. So when you are being a good boy, a girl in the house, your mommy will give you what you want. Unless when she sends you don't go, she won't give it to you. She can even punish you. And when you go, when she gives you the rice, you will take it. You will get your nutrient that the body needs. So please, the combination is as normal. Please take in a bit of the carbohydrates and take in more protein. Yeah, thank you. The banana and egg. That's so. Why would you take in? Well, okay, you can take in banana maybe an hour. Then you take in the egg, because sometimes I know when I'm taking my kids to school, I give them banana and egg, but that doesn't mean they are going to eat both together. I tell the teacher to give the banana to them probably in the afternoon, then the egg in the evening, that is later when they are closing. So don't eat it together. Maybe please, our health is very important. When mommy gives you the two, please separate it. Eat one first and eat the other maybe after 2 hours. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Please, in your presentation, you made mention of we should not be sitting at one place for a long time. Here comes the case, you are a student that you learn like 5 hours. Is that one having effect on us? So if you are learning like about 5 hours, meaning you are sitting at one place learning. Which level of school is that?
Primary, JSS, SS, or tertiary? Primary. I don't think primary students are allowed to sit for 5 hours without going for break. Okay, so that is why the school places break times in between lessons. Okay, so after one or two lessons, you go for first break, then you come back. After 1 or 2 lessons, you may go for second break, you come back, then you close. Okay, but if it is a tertiary class, if it's a tertiary class, I know some lectures can be long, especially those doing sandwich programs. So for that one, at tertiary, you are your own boss. So if you've sat for long, after sitting for an hour or 2 hours, you can stand up and stretch whilst the lecture is going on for your own health and safety. Yes, you can stand up and then take a brisk walk, just go up and down the back and just come and sit back down. Okay, so the issue is don't sit for long periods without at least taking intermittent or short breaks. So I believe the primary, JSS, and SS, your classes are scheduled that you have breaks in between lessons. But for tertiary institutions, nobody controls you. So you can even walk out of the lecture room and walk back and sit down. It's nobody's business, for your own health. All right.
Thank you. So now we come back to the questions from the congregation. But before then, all AFCF, please go to the prayer right now. All AFCF members, please go to the prayer room for your meeting. So the executives are there, they are waiting for you. Please go right now. I'm begging you, please go. And even if you are there, don't worry. Your friend can explain to you after. I know you think you are missing, don't worry. Okay, sorry, Mr. Mom, I'm coming. I want to ask a question here. Please, I've heard that they say kidney failure. Someone's kidney has failed, and someone is on dialysis. These two. How can a kidney fail? Yes. And God has put it there. Will something cut it? Or will something choke it? Or what happens? That kidney will fail. And in what case will one person be on dialysis? Yeah.
Okay, so would be a topic for another. But briefly, basically, the kidney performs specific function for our body. The main function of the kidney is to remove waste, unwanted waste. And usually the waste are in the form of compounds. That side will be pushed by your liver to your kidney. So it is the responsibility of the kidney to make sure that they add all these unwanted things to water and then you urinate it away as urine. So the kidney works or produces urine and helps the body remove toxins from your body. So when your kidney fails, it means that it is not able to do this function. It is not able to perform this role well. So it means that there will be toxins left in your body, and the toxins are not supposed to stay in your body. So when they are left in your body, you will start experiencing problems. That is an indication that your kidneys are not performing their function. They are not doing their job well. And it could be a lot of factors that can cause kidney failure. And like I said, it is a topic for another day. So when it gets to a very latter age, so we have stages of kidney failure. When it gets to the latter age, we call the end stage. It means now the kidney is not working at all. The toxins are also not supposed to stay in the body for long. So we have to use a machine to help your body remove that toxins. And that is what we call the dialysis. So the dialysis is a machine that is simply helping our body remove the toxins from our blood, because our kidney is now not able to do that work. So that is the kidney failure.
All right, thank you so much. Brahma.
Thank you, sir. We are dealing with germs. Later your lips with maybe germs. Is that in cleaning your lips well before eating? Because we are dealing with germs.
Yeah, so just as he taught us how to wash our hands, you are asking how to prevent the germs on our lips getting into our system.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, as he said, we have to use our vernica, wash under running water. After washing your hand, you can still, wash your mouth as well. Maybe you are an example. Whilst eating, you want to lick your mouth, your lips, right? Yes. Sorry? Definitely, you will lick your lips. So just, wash your mouth. Make sure the soap doesn't get into your tongue. So just wash it nicely, just as you've washed your hand, but not like as in washing that. So yeah, just to prevent germs. Okay.
So this is also very important. We are trained to only wash our face in the morning. We only wash our face in the morning when we wake up from bed. That is where we only wash our face. Okay, but washing your face regularly too is also a good practice. It is a healthy practice. Not only does it take away germs from your face, and then your chins and your in between your nose and all those places are covered, it is also cosmetically good for your skin, your face health. So it is advisable to, I would say, whilst you've washed your hands, wash your face too as well. Don't wait till you go and bath before you only wash your face. Don't wait only in the morning before you only wash your face. Practice regular face washing, and then you are going to see an improved skin on your face. So the the youth, some of us are now popping up. You start facing acne problems. One preventive strategy of acne is properly cleaning your face. So when you return from school, wash your hands, wash your face with soap and water as well. Don't wait till you go and bath before. So if you practice this regularly, you are going to have an improved face compared to your colleagues who wouldn't be doing this. So face wash is also healthy.
All right, thank you. So, sister. Oh. So that's the last question, right?
My question is on using salt to wash our vegetables. Sometimes our parents, our mothers, our grandmothers go to the hospitals, and then when they come back, they tell us that the doctor said because of my condition, I'm not even supposed to use salt and pepper. So how do I take my veggies without using salt to wash it? Because some people, they will not even measure the salt. They will just pour it until their spirit is okay. So how do I eat my veggies without washing it with salt?
So we're talking about washing your vegetables with salt. Sometimes we don't have the, The vinegar and co. Yes, that is why I'm using the alternative. And when you're washing the vegetable, that doesn't mean you should have the salt remain on the leaves before eating. No, you are just washing it to take away the bacteria from it. And so when she comes, yes, with hypertensive clients, we tell them not to take too much salt. And so when she comes home and then you are preparing the vegetables for her, wash it and then raise it again. Thank you.
All right. Let's clap for them. All right. All right. Okay. So for I'm informed that the meeting going down there is for all tertiary students. So if you are in the university, please kindly go down and join the AFCF. It's for all tertiary students. So you can excuse us and then go down. All right, back to our business. I have known Sister Rejoice for 17 years now. Yeah. So it's good to build good relationship, okay? So that is what has landed us together here. I have never dreamt or thought that a day will come that she will be here with me having a discussion, a wonderful discussion like this. And so God bless you, Sister Rejoice.
A question about also the person who...
All right, so those that asked the question concerning ulcer, I know some of you may have similar questions. Ulcer, and then the weight, and then if you have some health challenges like menstrual cramps that you are saying, so they just want to advise you, okay? So after you meet them, and then they will educate you what you should do. You know, natural means that you should do that, you will be fine. Okay. God bless you all. And God bless you for coming. So we want to give you 10 minutes break. So I want you to go stretch out there. If you have something to do, just go and do it. 10 minutes, please come back here for the next session. All right. God bless you. I think.